My wife betrayed me. Took my children, returned for my wealth. Now she came for my millions, but I made one move that shattered her perfect plan. I'm a 34-year-old male, and I need to get this crazy story off my chest because the last few years have been like something out of a bad Netflix drama, except it actually happened to me. It's taken me a while to be ready to write this all out, but here goes. I guess I should start with some background. I was your typical computer science nerd in college, the kind who practically lived off energy drinks and could code for 12 hours straight. I got my degree from a decent state school, not MIT or anything fancy, just a regular college in the Northeast. Right after graduation, I landed a job at this small tech startup that was trying to build cloud security software. I'm not going to give too many details because I don't want to dox myself, but let's just say it was one of those typical five guys in a WeWork type startups. The pay wasn't great at first, about $65,000 a year in a pretty expensive city, but they offered stock options, more on that later. And I figured it was worth the gamble. Plus, the founders seemed like they actually knew what they were doing, unlike some of the other startups I interviewed with that were basically just burning through venture capital money. This is where I met Amy, not her real name. Obviously, it was the most cliché meet cute ever. I was at this local coffee shop near our office, running on like 2 hours of sleep because we had a big deployment the night before. I totally knocked my coffee all over her MacBook. I felt like such an idiot, but she was surprisingly cool about it. I ended up buying her a new one, maxed out my credit card, but it was worth it. LOL. Somehow that turned into getting drinks, which turned into dating. Amy was working as a dental hygienist at the time, super smart, funny, definitely out of my league, looks-wise. We just clicked, you know. She actually seemed interested when I rambled about coding stuff, and I loved hearing her absolutely wild stories about nightmare patients at the dental office. We got married after 2 years of dating. Nothing fancy, just a small ceremony in her parents' backyard. We used most of our savings to put a down payment on a small starter home in the suburbs. The commute sucked about 45 minutes each way, but the schools were good, and we were thinking ahead. Kids came along pretty quick after that. Lily was born in 2016, and Max followed in 2019. Not going to lie, those first few years were rough, trying to balance a startup job with midnight feedings and diaper changes. There were days I literally forgot if I'd showered or not. But Amy was amazing with the kids. She cut back to part-time at the dental office so she could be home more, and we made it work. The startup was growing slowly but steadily. We went from 5 guys in WeWork to about 50 people in a real office. I got promoted to lead developer, then engineering manager. The stock options kept vesting. I had about 200,000 shares at 50 cents each. Honestly, I thought they'd probably end up worthless like most startup stock, but I figured I'd hold on to them just in case. We had a pretty good life going. Nice neighborhood, decent schools, family vacations to Disney every other year. Nothing crazy expensive, but the kids loved it. We had cool neighbors too, lots of young families, block parties in the summer. That whole suburban dream thing. Amy made friends with all the other moms, and I'd grab beers with some of the dads while our kids had playdates. Normal, boring, happy life. Then Mike and Jessica moved in next door in 2021. Mike was this wannabe fitness influencer type, you know the kind. Always posting workout videos on Instagram from his garage, set up like a CrossFit gym. Super friendly at first, always offering to help with house projects and stuff. Jessica worked long hours at some law firm in the city, so Mike was home a lot during the day, working on his brand or whatever.